a lot of things I want to get off my chest. I hate this idea that you're the best. I am the best wrestler in the world. First thing I want to be done is to get that piece.
I mean, come on. Like, you can start at one time. Yeah. Do it, Jay. Do it, Jay. Do it, Jay. Come on, Jay. Come on, Jay. Welcome to KedaNJay Show. Jay didn't want to start off the show. Thanks for tuning in. Again. See? I was laughing for like 5 seconds. Breathe over there. Breathe for John C to come give you a hug.
All right.
Yeah. There we go. There we go, Jay. How's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah.
It's going good.
So did you enjoy the week of wrestling?
No, I did not.
Yeah. Well, I didn't either in a way, but we talk about that. What?
Well, I should say this. It was high moments and low moments, but there were more low moments than high moments. So, yeah.
Right. And you know what? Speaking of low moments, you was telling me about the ratings.
Yeah. From what I saw, Monday Night Raw this past Monday had the lowest viewer ratings in 3 years, and that is pretty bad, especially with the fact that they were already kind of low. But now that you have the fall TV shows coming back on Monday nights, and then also too with Monday Night Football, yeah, it's really gonna get probably worse before it gets better for them, unless they make some kind of drastic change. And I don't mean just bringing back the old standard stars from yesteryear.
Shit, like 4 guys. I think it's Undertaker, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and somebody. I can't remember. I don't remember.
If they're in Texas, it's got to be Steve Austin, right?
Yeah, you know, that.
But I doubt it.
No, it might be Steve Austin. I can't remember. Damn, I'm trying to look for it now. I can't remember. Yeah, I forgot about that. I heard about that. But yeah, back to the ratings. Okay, so that was the lowest rating in 3 years. Do you have any idea what show that year was the lowest point?
No,
Oh,
I don't really, but I know it had to be around this time of the year,
okay.
but I'm not really sure exactly which episode. Pretty sure it was terrible, whatever it was.
And it wasn't a holiday, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they need to step it up. I mean, it's like you said, it's really their all season, and they just had a season premiere.
So season premiere. That is a joke. It really is. It's a joke. Season. How do you have a season premiere? Well, when was the season finale?
Never.
Exactly. They never off. They work 300 plus days a year.
Okay, was that you or somebody else said like they season premiere comes during football season?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, their season premiere is always the first Monday of football season, which is ridiculous. But
yeah, they trying to promote something that we saw like 100 times. Dun, 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 dun. But but yeah, you know what? Okay, let's just get into our parts. Okay, first of all, I didn't watch Raw live because I went to hockey, so that I chose that over wrestling. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I would have not chose that. My honest opinion. So
a lot of people would have, I said a lot of people years ago would have chose wrestling over hockey or whatever else.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but today's no. Now, if it's a pay-per-view, I might choose the pay-per-view over hockey. It depends if it's a playoff game or not. If it's a playoff game, no.
Yeah.
But if it's not a playoff game, I could just hit the results. That's fine, no. Because I like to interact on Twitter live during the pay-per-view. Is more
interactive.
Yeah, interactive. Yeah.
Plus, it keeps you interested in what you're looking at too.
True. Yeah, true. The only thing I don't like is when my screen like mess up and it like skips backwards, and then somebody's like, "Oh, he returns. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? I don't see this shit. Then like 5 seconds later, I'm like, that's the only thing.
Or when it freezes for a second, then you end up kind of behind. And if you're going through Twitter, you're like, the match is over. What? Somebody such and such won, but you still in the match. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's annoying that time. They need to fix that for $9.99. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, get the network $9.99. Yeah, every week I promote that. Price,
yeah, you do.
I might should stop that. But we're gonna give our I don't know if it's like a mini Raw recap, but we're gonna talk about the parts that we help me out, Jay, that we want to talk about, I guess.
The most interesting and probably most memorable parts from a 3 hour waste of time.
There you go. That's why you my that's why you my man. I could. It was so bad just now. I couldn't even like compute what I was just saying because Raw was
Couldn't
just
get the
bad.
words out.
Yeah, I couldn't do it because Raw was just bad. I mean, you have certain parts like Paige. Yeah, Paige.
Yes, Paige.
Yeah, what did you think of her promo?
I thought it was great television. It reminded me of something that happened on I think it was June 27th, 2011.
Hmm.
And for anyone who watches wrestling and has been watching wrestling should know what Monday Night Raw that was and why that is such a huge thing. That person now is not even with the company, but I'm referring to
MMA.
this. Yep, he will be making his MMA debut, I think, but next year, I
Mm.
believe it is.
Are you gonna order that pay-per-view just to see him? Are you a CM Punk guy, right?
Yes, I am. For anyone who's listening to this who don't know, when I took my 7 year hiatus from watching WWE,
7 years.
7 years, 2004 to 2011.
That's like a
So,
retirement. Like
yeah, right.
that's like more than Ric Flair retirement. Like yo, that was a retirement that Ric Flair should have took. Like you're not watching that is like Ric Flair should have never wrestled again. TNA. But yeah, but go ahead. I'm listening.
But yeah, so like I said, I forgot exactly how I ended up, coming across that moment, but I think I was on Twitter or something, and I saw people was talking about this guy CM Punk because I didn't know who he was because I didn't see him, when he first got to WWE and everything. So when he by his promo and all this, so I watched it and I was like, okay, I gotta tune in to see who this guy is, and he's saying some real stuff here. So I will always be a CM Punk fan in the sense that because of that, it got me back into watching WWE. Because I stopped watching WWE, but I was watching TNA at the time, and TNA was actually good at that time.
It was, I have to admit, it was at that particular time. Yes.
So, but that promo, whether I know a lot of people have speculated since then about whether it was scripted, this, that, and the other. Alberto and Rey Mysterio and different guys who left the company, they had certain issues with the company behind the scenes too. So or whatever it was or whatnot, and it forced him to leave. I'm still gonna be a fan of his for that.
Oh, look at you! Look at you, CM Punk guy. CM Punk guy. Yeah.
But to Paige, when she, with that lovely British accent, even though what she was saying was some terrible stuff, but
What was terrible? Elaborate.
what I mean is the fact that Lynch and she said that Charlotte was a placeholder for with the Divas title.
She called Becky Lynch. What did she say? She was like the
The least
memorable or the least something.
least relevant. Least relevant.
Yeah, that was woof. I mean, yeah. I mean, she wasn't lying according to the storyline, and then she, huh?
No, like yeah, you're right. She, as far as storyline goes, because remember I said that in the other episode, I was like, Becky Lynch, as good as she is, but she is kind of relegated to a background player and everything.
Yeah, like I could see something with Becky and Charlotte storyline after with Paige, after Charlotte beat Paige and she turning on her, and I don't know if you could put Paige and Becky Lynch together. I mean, they'd be like the international freaking, I don't know what you would call them. I don't know, but I mean, you could put them together, but it's like I'd rather see Becky Lynch on her own. Like, I mean, she was good in NXT with not Charlotte, Sasha. She was good with her.
Yeah.
Like, she was good, but I'd rather see her on her own. Don't give her the mic yet. I know you're supposed to practice, and I understand that, but I don't know. She need a mic. Like, if you give her a mic, I hope it's not like Seth Rollins. I'm like that's one of my favorites right now. But when you give him a mic, it feel like he goes in the circle after like 2 minutes to me. So just don't give her a mic, but give her like under 30 seconds or something. Be like, I'm gonna kick your ass, bitch, or something like just something simple. Like don't give her too much to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
because I saw her NXT interviews about Finn Balor, and she did an excellent interview. But just because you do an interview tape, don't mean you can do one live. Like Roman Reigns. So it's like Roman Reigns. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but Paige, she with the back to the promo, she did a good job. Some people do not like the promo because they say it don't feel what's the word I'm looking for? No, it was forced. Like they said when AJ did it, it was more like natural. You could tell it wasn't forced. And then some people, I think it was Wrestling the Soup or a podcast called Hot Tag, if I'm not mistaken. One of them said something basically like how she like came. No, I think it was Wrestling the Soup. They was basically saying how she did it was she should have like I guess hit her, like just beat her up per se, not wait till she like give her the compliments, because I think Charlotte was giving Paige compliments. I want to be like you,
Yeah.
and then Paige just said you want to be like me, and they was like dummy. She just said that, like they was like it shouldn't have been at that moment, I guess. And then
But
what?
no, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm
No, go ahead.
listening.
No, I was just gonna say that, like kind of like what I said, last time. I think they should have let this build over a period of time. Like maybe let this whole Paige being jealous of Charlotte go all the way through
Hell in a Cell.
into yes, and then the Monday after Hell in a Cell did that promo happen. I think you get more traction out. But the night right after she wins the title and then Paige does it, it's kind of like, well, y'all kind of missed the opportunity. I think with that, I think that because sometimes it's good to let things build up opposed to just somebody just frustrated or whatnot right off the bat. Let it build up and let the commentary kind of help it along. Like, well, you see how Paige is looking. Is Paige really, something like that, like how they used to do with stuff. But instead, they just blew it all at one time.
Right, but this is a different era at WWE. Remember, we don't remember SmackDown. SmackDown doesn't exist. So so some of the stuff is like but you know what, to hop on another subject real quick. I like how they well, this is for the Madison Square Garden one, Big
Hmm.
Show versus Brock Lesnar. I did like how they say Big Show did say, "Hey, I beat Brock Lesnar for the championship." I think was it 2002? I think he said. I think it was
2003.
2003. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, he said I beat you for the championship. I like how they went back in history, because
Yep.
normally they don't do that these
And
days.
and who helped Big Show beat Brock Lesnar?
Paul Heyman. I can't even
Yep.
do the voice, but yeah, Paul Heyman.
Hmm. So
Very, very
so it's interesting.
interesting. But back to Paige. She did. I mean, I didn't have a problem with her promo.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And it was good. I mean, it's when you compare it to AJ, no, it's not better than AJ's, but it's just some people come off different from others. Now
Exactly. Maybe it's the accent.
yeah, it could, but I was thinking, I might be a Sasha Banks mark, but it's like, what if Sasha Banks was in that role? Do you think they would have complained like, oh, in general, people complain like, "Oh, AJ's was better." I wonder if
Yeah,
Sasha
yeah,
Banks
yeah. They
did
would
it,
have complained. Yeah,
because I think Sasha Banks probably would have did probably top AJ or like on the same level. I mean, it would have been good, but everybody have a different perspective, especially when WWE give you bullet points to say. So it's like, she had bullet points to say, and then Michelle for wrestling a suit. Shout out to them guys. He was saying like basically, she was like, Paige was like, wait, 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 not Paige. Charlotte was talking, and then Paige was like, okay, hurry up, Charlotte. If I can say my line, if I can say my line. He came off like he was saying that she was like she just wanted to get her lines in there, that type of way. But I mean, everyone has their different opinion. I mean, I don't have a problem with the promo. I mean, I don't know you do every week with her in these promos. I don't
No,
think
no,
they
you don't do that.
don't. You know they will, but don't hurt it. Don't do that. They probably will. And
Yeah, probably.
I'm trying to see. Oh, you know what? After that, I don't know you remember it or you went to sleep on this part, but yes,
No, I didn't go to sleep. Remember, I flipped over to football.
okay. Well, he was watching football, but
Yeah.
did you see the part where after Paige went out, she left and the Bellas came,
Yep.
and shout out to Peter at PJTW Central. Um, Peter was saying he likes Nikki Bella. And I was just like, what the hell? And I was like, what?
Okay.
He was in her promo. I thought about it. I was like, yes and no. He said her promo when she came out there. I can't remember exactly what she said, but she was like, Charlotte, does it how does it feel to be champion or something like that? Or like you said how people betray you and when I was on top and something like that, some promo she had. And when I
Mhm.
when I thought about it, I was like, okay, you know what? That was a pretty good promo about her. And then she was like, well, my sister Bree's gonna beat you. I'm like, nah. Then it stops. Then I don't care about it anymore. And I'm just like, no, no, your sister is just your sister is awful. And the reason I say she's awful, her offense is on her back. I already know what you're gonna say.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
He's gonna say she does good on her back. That's what he's gonna say. And
Hold on, hold on. If you're gonna quote me, make sure you quote me right. I always say she does her best work on her back.
okay, well, jeez, I wasn't trying to quote you, but yeah, but yeah, I don't remember the match per se with Charlotte versus Brie. Maybe many people don't because I watched it on Hulu, and Hulu is a 90-minute show, so it took me
Yep.
45 minutes to do it. So that tells you how I feel. And I'm just like, I don't care. So the Nikki Bella rematch versus Charlotte at Hell in a Cell. I
Yep.
mean, Charlotte winning. That's my prediction, really early. And I don't see them giving the belt back to Nikki Bella. And I'm not a Nikki Bella hater or fan. I just have my opinions on her. She's okay. Jay, do you think she's like the woman John Cena? Do you think she's that in the way or no? Or not yet?
Oh. Oh wow. Um.
Like
Ooh.
it's her show, and then she just have her two flunkies beside her. John Cena, he doesn't have flunkies.
Well, not right now. Because for a while there, the Usos was his
Oh
backup,
God,
and then I think the Primetime Players was his backup at one time too.
oh God, yeah. It's always the black guys, right? Yeah,
Yeah, because John Cena, he got that
he can rock.
that, that word life.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. No,
Jeez.
I think it was world. I mean, it was a Thugonomics.
Yeah,
I used to like
yeah,
that theme. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't. I know. I'm horrible. But I
that's what
mean,
that.
at least I admit it. I like.
We're gonna have to dedicate some time to talk about why I don't really care for his character,
Right.
and it goes back all the way to when he debuted. Like I said, this is before he was anything. When I first saw him, I
You
did not like him.
you hit a good eye, huh? And the rest of us is just dumb.
Well, I'm not gonna say that. Look, I mean, everybody like who they like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one
And
thing.
it was
Everybody gonna
different at
like who
that
they.
time, though. It was
But
different.
yeah, it was. But it just, I don't know, just something about him that I didn't like from then. And then when he came, kind of repackaged himself with the whole, thug, rapper wannabe type thing, that really turned me off. And now that he's a super Cena, but it is what he is. You just have to deal with it. So.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so what's the next thing? on Raw that we
Um,
remember?
well, the whole
Eh,
my two Canes, if that's what you want to call it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You got two versions of Kane. You got goofy corporate Kane who's all happy and jolly and
He had me
happy.
laughing though. He
Yeah, what he him Big Show, Mark Henry. I think
sure.
as far as acting wise, are the best ones.
That's because okay. Listen what you just said. Don't include John Cena or anyone. You just
No,
named like guys been there over 20 years. They
yep,
should have some type of experience. Not all wrestlers who've been 20 years have good promo skills or talking
nope,
skills. No, I'm not saying that. But those three, they've been for a long time. So
yep,
I'm not shocked they do. Like just to sidetrack for a second. Like the Big Show. He job out. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Big Show. He beat poor Cesaro.
yeah.
And then after the match, he was like, yeah, you think Brock Lesnar gonna suplex me or something like that? Like I took him serious for that moment, and I'm just like, you're still gonna lose, but anyway, but
That's what
anyway, go back to Kane, Big Show, and Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, still, I mean, you remember what like Mark Henry's retirement? That's still
Oh
he
man,
he should have won an Oscar for that
he
because that
had
was some
me
of the
going.
best. He had everybody, and it's like he should have got a major push after that, but for some reason he just get a one-off title shot, and then that was it. But Mark,
That's because they just needed a substitute. You know somebody injured or they don't have nobody in mind. They just need a substitute for that role for that moment, which is sad.
okay, but I mean, it didn't necessarily have to be for the title, for the world title. After that, he could have been for the IC title or something. You know, have him, really doing something. Yeah, put him on commentary.
Right, but I'm saying like for that John Cena feud, they needed
Yeah,
they needed something for him because wasn't the year that he just beat The Rock.
I believe so.
Right, so he didn't have no opponent. He just had. I think he faces Mark Henry at that next pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So they just needed something. They just needed Mark Henry just to be there. So I mean, it's sad they do that to him, but
yeah.
because he been losing lately. I don't really pay attention to him no more because they don't make him. They don't make me want to pay attention to.
This is not the same Mark Henry who used to close SmackDown. Standing over somebody saying That's what I do.
Yeah, that is my favorite catchphrase, especially on Twitter. Robin know that. Hey, Robin, and that's like one of my favorite catchphrases. But
Cause I no, cause just the one last thing about that about Mark Henry, like, cause I forgot what was out. It was some show I used to watch on Sci-Fi after SmackDown would go off, because this is during the time when I wasn't watching. This is I want to say 2010 it had to be. So whatever show
Jesus.
I think I was watching. I think Eureka. I don't know, but anyway,
What? Yeah.
yeah, one of them shows. So, but you know how the last few minutes, so you flip over and you're waiting for the show. I swear, every single SmackDown as it was going off the air, he was standing over. He was either Sheamus, Randy Orton, or Big Show, or somebody, and him after he done destroyed him and practically killed him, and saying, "That's what I do." And I just laugh at that because I'm like, look at Mark Henry. Like, Mark Henry's come a long way from being, he went from being a all American, world's strongest man, and then was with the Nation of Domination, and then the whole sexual chocolate phase.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
And then they made him into this, this big, this beast, this monster that just was destroying everybody.
Yeah,
And then,
he
and
was.
now, he's just Mark Henry.
And you know what? To end my Henry note, I do like his theme song, Three Six
Okay.
Mafia.
Yeah.
I like that song.
Somebody gonna get their ass whooped. Somebody gonna get their ass kicked.
Well, we know it ain't John Cena, so um okay, back to Kane though. So, sorry y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were saying the two Kanes.
Yeah, you got my two Canes. That's a rip off of old TV show, My Two Dads. So I'm kind of ripping that and spinning it off to My Two Canes, because basically, Kane and you don't like the Demon Kane or the Big Red Machine Kane, but he came back dressed as Kane with the mask at Night of Champions, and then on Monday Night Raw when you first see him, he's dressed as Corporate Kane and act like he don't know anything about Night of Champions, which confused Seth Rollins, of course, and then it really confused Triple H and Stephanie, and then to end the show, he is back to the Demon Kane coming up through the ring. So it's like it's like, okay, is he playing mind games or has he really has a split personality?
Well, speaking of split personality, people keep saying, "Oh, they ripping off TNA," and I'm just like, no,
Well, technically they are.
no, because you know what? I think it was Wrestling Soup and Peter Toss Wrestling. I think he said that too, but I'm not sure if he said it or not. But I know it was Wrestling Soup said it, and they was basically saying the same thing I was saying. They not ripping off freaking TNA. TNA ripped them off, okay? And the reason I say this because Abyss, okay, Joseph Parks, Abyss
Mm-hmm.
is like mixed with freaking Mankind and freaking Kane. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's Abyss. So they mixed them two together to get that. So I would say they ripping off WWE in a way. And then you had people who never watched TNA, the babies, the little kiddies, or people, grown people who never heard of TNA or who used to watch it and just don't care. And then you have that new audience. It's like, oh, this is different from WWE. For WWE, it's fresh in a way. And let me know if I'm wrong. If it's another storyline back in the day, because you know more history than I do, that this is more fresh to WWE today. It's something different. You know, it's not like Kane like Kane and Daniel Bryan when Daniel Bryan won the championship, and
Yeah.
just came back to try to just beat the hell out of it. No, this it's like a build up to a storyline, and Seth Rollins just looking freaking like what the fuck is going on here, and then okay, was it me? Or probably was me. Did it look like Triple H was trying to laugh?
Yeah, because I mentioned
You
that.
said that, right?
I said, I
Okay.
say one thing about if you watch Triple H over the years, anytime there's like a real serious storyline or something, and like a real serious confrontation, but if somebody say something that's kind of funny in a way, he will scrunch his face up and get like he's real angry, but you can tell that he just wants to laugh
Like that.
and everything, and he's holding it in, and that happened with when Stephanie and Kane and Stephanie and Triple H and Kane was all talking when it was about his mask being gone and the way Kane kind of flipped from being nice gentle Kane to evil Kane, and Triple H kind of boasted up like he was
What
gonna
did
do something.
do you remember he said he was like cause she was like Kane, where's your mask? And he was like, well, I gave it to Stephanie.
Well, I gave it to you, and if you have lost my mask, something, the way he flipped that.
Yeah. And
And
then
then Triple H like he boasting up like he gonna do something. He ain't gonna do nothing to get beat up probably.
the game. I'm the game. But yeah,
Yeah,
who wants to play the game? But not me. Ugh. But but Kane, you know what? This storyline is intriguing. But I do not want to see the match.
right. It's intriguing right now.
Yeah, yeah, because Hell in a Cell is what next month. So
Hmm.
it's like, yeah, for now it's intriguing. Oh, and you know what? Speaking of Kane, he kidnapped Seth Rollins, and
Yeah,
oh, I'm sorry. The Demon King. I hate that shit. I hate the Demon King. Just call the man King. I honestly got Corporate King. Okay, why I gotta be Demon King? We know he a
because that's
demon. Like, no, just call him Kane. Just say the big red. Well, remember I was
the
like,
big
don't.
red
Remember I
machine.
was like, don't say the big red machine. I'm like, nah. But it's like,
Oh,
just call him Kane. Just say Corporate Kane and then the Crazy Kane. I don't know. Just I don't know. But it's just like, and he. What happened? Oh no, I'm sorry. I just lost train of thought.
he kidnapped
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. Yes, he pulled a Undertaker versus Diesel back in
Jesus Christ.
what was what I'm trying to remember what that was. It was, well, I
96.
want to say 95 or 96. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, when he well no, it was 96. Yeah, because that was them. They was feuding up until WrestleMania. That's right. So it was '96 when because it was Diesel versus Bret Hart in the cage match, and Bret Hart climbs out the cage, and as Diesel was trying to go after him, Undertaker came up from underneath the ring and pulled Diesel down through the ring. And then of course here on Monday Night Raw, same thing happened here with Kane pulling Seth Rollins down into the depths of hell.
And before that, before Kane came back, and
Mhm.
I think it was a rematch for him and John Cena. So I can't remember who said it, but they said it looked like Cena. I'm sorry, not Cena. Seth Rollins looked like he was exhausted from the night before. Like they
It
said,
probably was.
I don't blame him. So it's just like because I watched the match, but I didn't. I'm not gonna lie, I did, but I didn't. Don't ask me. I know Cena won. That's all people need to know, right? But
Uh,
it's like they said he looked exhausted. I forgot who it was.
I
But I'm
would
just
be.
like,
I would be too. You have a match with Cena that went 20 plus minutes. Then Cena won't let the man go back and have a champion's entrance and have a real little rest.
go get some Gatorade.
Yeah, we'll have a real rest. So and then he gets AA'd and thrown back in the ring and has to lay in the ring for like a minute. Then Sting comes out and Sting have a match. And
No,
then,
no. You know what? He didn't AA him in the ring. I think he AA him outside the ring.
okay,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
AA'd him outside the ring and then he
He
got
AA him.
tossed back in.
Period. Yeah.
Yeah,
Period. But yeah, that I hate that move. Maybe I'm the only one. It's just
it's
a
a
slam.
it's a fireman's carry. That's all it is. But anyway, that's another story. But
But yeah.
so yeah, but then after that he gets then he get didn't he get bro kicked too from Sheamus when Sheamus came out? Then Sheamus bro kick him.
Who, Seth Rollins?
Yeah, at the end of the night, I think when he was getting ready to cash in or no.
No, that's Night of Champions, Jay.
I'm talking about Night of Champions. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Because we
oh.
talk about him being exhausted. Him being
Right.
exhausted.
No.
So
Right. No. Right. But no, I was saying people say he was exhausted from Monday's show, not
yeah,
not Night of Champions. But
no,
yeah.
but I'm just saying.
Oh.
Oh, because of what happened on. I'm talking about because of what happened on Night of
Oh
Champions.
yeah. I'm sorry. Totally forgot about Sheamus. He's
Yeah, Sheamus came out there,
fella.
and then Kane comes out and choke slams him, and
Yeah.
so it's like yeah,
And then
man,
he gotta go back and freaking travel to another freaking state. But that's another
yeah,
situation. So
man,
he's
tired.
exhausted. And you know what? Is he the only champion for right now in the recent? I don't watch SmackDown. You do. Is he the only champ? Okay, who was the champion before him? Brock Lesnar. Okay, right.
Mm,
Okay, but before Brock Lesnar, wasn't John Cena the champion?
Yep.
Okay, did John Cena go to SmackDown and Raw every week?
Heck no.
Okay, Seth Rollins is exhausted, ladies and gentlemen, because he do Raw and SmackDown and pay-per-views and live shows. Give him a break. Like, give him a break. And I think was Peter Talks Wrestling. No, Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling. I think he said give Seth Rollins like a 3 week or 3 week to 2 week vacation. I totally agree. Take him off TV. You know what? Kane kidnapped him. Oh yeah, and Seth Rollins, he sold that shit. When he was getting kidnapped, he was trying to get away. I mean, it's a
That's
little
right.
corny, but
Yeah.
but it's like how Kane put his glove and his hand on his face, and that was he was just like no,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
yeah.
He
I mean,
sold.
he sold it. So if he off TV for like 3 weeks, like Peter said, that's fine. But I doubt they do that. Now a week, I can see WWE doing that, but it's like I don't know. But I mean,
No, they're not gonna do that.
yeah, but he does deserve a rest. He does. And speaking of Seth Rollins,
Mhm.
go into the Steen situation.
Yeah. Excuse me. It looks like after Steen took that nasty power bomb to the turnbuckle and was injured, his injury looks like it's a lot more serious than what people thought it was, and a lot of people was assuming that it could be career ending. That maybe Night of Champions might have been Steen's last match because of what happened to him. So, and if that's the case, it'll be a sad way for his career to end. But I'll just bring up something in this Sting related to this, and that's when Sting fought Rick Rude in '94. I think it was in Japan or something. And there was a botched up move where Sting flipped Rick Rude over the top rope, and Rick Rude hit his lower back on the apron, and because of that, that ended Rick Rude's career. And that's why he in ring career. So if so something similar, so it's like now with Sting, but at the same time, Rick Rude wasn't as old then as Sting is now.
Right, and he's 56 years old. He shouldn't like Peter said. Listen to his podcast as well. I keep plugging you, Peter. And he was saying basically he shouldn't be taking them bumps. Him and Jake was saying that he shouldn't be taking them bumps, and I totally agree. He shouldn't be taking them bumps.
No, I mean the one where he went through the table was fine, but the
diving off the top,
the
the
term
turnbuckle one. No, I'm talking about when he flew out the ring. Like that was okay.
Well, yeah, that was okay because Seth Rollins caught him. So in a sense, kind of protected that fall. The one going through the table, that was a little risky too, because I think you said that it looked like he hit his head on one of the monitors or whatnot.
Yeah, that was like that was dangerous. And then the camera, somebody should have moved them damn monitors.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it for Cena. So yeah.
Well, you remember when Randy Orton did that RKO and he caught his lower back? He caught his back on one of them counts.
Yeah, he was mad as shit. So yeah. So I mean, that was poor planning on their part. They should have moved that. I think that was the Spanish announcing, right? Somebody should have moved that.
That table's been getting destroyed for over 20-something years now. So
I know, but they should move that for Sting. I mean, so you shouldn't. I mean, this is a legend. And speaking of Sting again, he lost 2 matches since he been in this company.
Yeah.
And he had to lose to the game first.
Okay.
So.
Which that doesn't make sense, because something that Sting said, he wants to help, put over young talent. Well, yeah, Triple H is younger than Sting, but
he's a veteran too, though.
Yeah, he's not young talent. So it makes sense for him to lose to Seth Rollins, but it didn't make sense for him to lose to Triple H. But also, too, I don't know if you noticed, like going all the way back from since all the old WCW stars came to WWE, Triple H has beat all of them.
Of course, he's the game.
Yep. So by him beating Sting, that puts the final nail in WCW's coffin.
Jesus. And you know what? Back to Seth Rollins for a second. He did apologize to Sting. Like, I'm sorry happened.
Oh.
I guess Sting said, he apologized and he didn't meant to do that. And dumb powerbomb moves. He shouldn't have did that on Sting. Okay, 1 would have been okay, but it's like 2 is Don't
let Sting Hurricane Rana out of the second one.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did with John Cena on Monday Night Raw.
Oh gosh. But yeah, I mean, it was just the match itself was okay.
It was good.
I mean, to me it was okay. I mean, because when I saw him stumble, I was like, oh God, that's not part of the show.
At first, I thought it was part of the match. I thought that was him selling, but then
nah.
No, I mean, like when he first stumbled, because I've seen Sting stumble out of the corner like that before.
Okay.
And it's just him selling the move.
Yeah.
But then when he tried to get up again, he was like, wait a minute, he ain't looking too right.
Yeah, he looked like he was just winded. But my thing with Sting is he looked amazing in shape for a 56-year-old man. Man, he got in shape for this match, and it would be sad if this is his last match. Like. Nothing against Seth Rollins at all, but it's like it'd be sad. I mean, people want to see Undertaker versus Sting. I don't want to see that now, but that's.
I want to see that.
I don't.
I want to see.
The reason that people are like, what, you crazy? No, a couple years ago I wanted to see it. When Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar, I just lost all interest in it. If he still had a streak, okay, but it's like I just lost interest in it, and I'm just like, okay, no. And then it's like, how would you book both guys are part-time, and then who will start it? They both do vignettes, dark vignettes. So what you gonna have? A freaking Michael Cole talking, and then you gonna see I want to challenge you, Undertaker, and then have the Undertaker with lightness. And I want to challenge. No, like how would you?
You see, this is how they. Well, this is Jay's booking.
Okay.
Going right now with that. So this is something that I've thought about for a while. I mean, over the years I have gone back and forth saying whether or not I want to see it and I don't want to see it. But since they're both there now, and like I say, we're going on the pretense that Sting will be okay and be able to, wrestle at least once or maybe twice again, right? Going on that pretense, the way it would work, because of the fact, and I don't really like Joker Sting. I don't like that version of Sting, but
I do.
have him. Wait, see, because it goes back the way he was in TNA with it, because that's when he started Joker Sting in TNA.
I know,
And
and that's when
the
I
first
actually
time,
was watching. Yeah.
and, and when he first did it, it was all right. But then they really went over the top with it, and I just got tired of it. So I don't really like Joker Sting. But for the purpose of this, Sting would have to be Joker Sting. It would be like Batman versus the Joker in a sense, where Sting is taunting the Undertaker, and he wants him to come at him. Just like in the Dark Knight, the Joker wants the Batman to kill him, but he won't do it. So in this way, you get Joker Sting taunting the Undertaker, bring up about him losing to Brock and all that type of stuff. Just egging him on until Undertaker finally agrees to it, and then they have their match. And the way I would do that is that there would be no winner. They would beat each other to where neither man can go, and then I say the lights go out, and then when the lights come back on, both are gone, and that's the end of their career.
Wow. I mean, damn.
Well,
You put it that way, you almost have me convinced to change my mind. Wow.
but of course, WWE won't do that.
Of
They're
course
not gonna do that.
not. They don't. They don't.
Well, I mean, well, for them two, they might do it. But if it
Nah.
was Undertaker versus somebody else, or Sting versus Bray Wyatt, like it was rumored to be, that's who they was looking at to be his WrestleMania 32 opponent.
I mean, do not to cut you off. Do anybody remember Bray Wyatt versus the Undertaker?
I remember a pissed off old man coming back to beat up a young guy. I remember that. That's what it was. It was a pissed off old man. He just showed up,
Old
beat
man
the hell out.
Taker has returned.
Yeah,
And don't get us wrong, that's like our favorite wrestler. So it's
yeah.
like we just messing with him. But I mean, yeah, old man Taker. I mean, Bray Wyatt versus Sting. I mean, who knows? I mean, you might get John Cena versus, because I don't know. I just had this crazy idea it's gonna be John Cena versus the Undertaker for some reason. I don't know why.
They want. They should. Now is not the time to do that. They had plenty of opportunity to do that, but
True.
I don't know if I was talking to you about this or if I was something else. Like, if you notice, Undertaker has never fought the top guy.
Yeah, me. Yeah, you will.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, he's never fought the face or the very top guy. I mean, yeah, he fought Triple H and Shawn Michaels, but that was after
After,
they
yeah.
had, he didn't fight them when they was at their,
Eat.
yeah. So at WrestleMania, him and Mankind never, as many times they never fought at WrestleMania. The only person he really fought, that he's had a true long rivalry with, at WrestleMania outside was um Brock Lesnar and Kane. Everybody else, I mean, if you want to count Diesel as the top guy at the time, because he had the belt for like a year, and then I think he only lost that match because he was leaving anyway. But I think Diesel would have beat Undertaker at that time. But we'll talk about that when we go into we have our long Undertaker discussion though.
Right. To wrap up this show, Jay. Remember I was telling you it felt like they doing hot potato with Sting and the Undertaker because
Yeah.
you had Sting at I'm sorry, you had Undertaker at SummerSlam. One more time, did we have Sting before that? No, we had Undertaker at
Well, Sting was
SummerSlam.
at no, Sting was at Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
'Cause That's when
No,
he debuted at Survivor
right.
Series.
No, right. But I'm talking about like recently,
Yeah,
like SummerSlam. We had Undertaker just like this year, and then Night of Champions we have Sting. Hell in a Cell we have the Undertaker, and
yeah,
it depends on Sting's condition.
yeah.
I hope he recover. He might be at Survivor Series or no? Is it TLC? I don't know.
I
Maybe
think I
Survivor
think it's I
Series.
think it's TLC.
Whatever. What tomato, whatever they decide to
Yeah.
do. They keep changing stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like whatever. It feel like to me they playing hot potato to me.
Yeah. Because I mean, the only pay per view that they was at the same time was WrestleMania. That's the only one.
And
But
that's
after
sad.
but after that, yeah, it's like you say, it's been a hot potato. We get Undertaker here, take Sting there, but they never. It's like it's almost like Kane and corporate Kane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And, and you know what? And you know what? To end it with that, you need to do your recommendations before we wrap this shit up. So do your
Yes,
recommendations
yes.
for the network.
Okay. Because I watch a lot of stuff on the WWE Network, and I'm a fan of older stuff. I recommend for anyone who is a wrestling fan to check out WCW of all things. I know because I'm a WCW guy, so the first thing I recommend something from WCW. But WCW's War Game Fall Brawl 1994. Now you don't necessarily have to watch the whole pay per view, but if you watch the main event, the War Games match itself, it's one of the best things that you will ever see. And in that match, it was Colonel Parker's team of Arn Anderson, Terry Funk, Bunkhouse Buck, and Colonel Parker himself versus Dustin Rhodes, who we all know is Gold Dust now, and the Nasty Boys. Like I say, it's one of the best things ever see. WCW Fall Brawl 1994.
Okay, you know, I might gotta check that out too. I mean, we know you a not a WWE mark, a WCW mark. So I
Yes.
got you. I got you. I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna
Yeah, you
check.
should, and let me know what you think of it. Cause like I say, because you've never watched any of the War Games matches, have
No.
you? No. Okay. All right.
you,
So yeah, that is the one. Like I say, when you watch that, you're like, oh my god.
I don't think I had. One minute. Is that the one with the two rings together
Yeah, they're in the cage.
in the cage?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no. I probably did on a 24/7, but I can't remember. So, what can people follow you at, Jay?
Well, everyone can follow me on Twitter. I'm on the Twitter, and that you can. My handle is at the J Giles. That's TheJayGiles.
Cool. And you can follow our show, our official show. We actually got a Twitter page up. And it's a KedaNJay Show. It's at KEDA, the letter N, JAYSHOW. Follow that and follow us on SoundCloud as well at soundcloud.com/Keda dash J on SoundCloud and on YouTube. Yes, YouTube us. Subscribe. When you type in YouTube, go to YouTube and just type in Keda and J or KEDA, the letter N and then J. It pop right up. Subscribe to us. And you know what? And oh yeah, follow us on Twitter as well. Like us. Please like us on SoundCloud or Heart or whatever that is on there. And I feel like I'm missing some people. I know I am. You any more
Oh,
shout outs? Any
well,
more shout outs?
you didn't plug your own your personal Twitter.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, damn! I'm forgetting myself. See, I'm that type of person. I always do it forever, but not for my damn self. Um, follow me at what's my Twitter page?
Yeah, you know it. 1991.
Exactly. See, I'm a little tired. So it's
That's YeahUKNOW 1991.
exactly. See, he plugged me. That's how tired I am. See. Thank you, Jay.
Keita is the Seth Rollins of this show.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Jesus. Yeah, yeah. I'm not the Seth Rollins injured people. Well, no, he didn't. I'm sorry. He didn't. He didn't. It's a part of the business. Go follow PJW. Sorry, PJTW Central. That's Peter and Jake show. They're awesome guys. I love them. I love their show. And they have another show on there. It's called the New Day Podcast. And when you click on Peter, yeah, when you go to at PJTW Central, you will see. I believe you will see his SoundCloud page on there, and or his No, I'm sorry, I'm all scrambled up right now. His website, and then you could go to his SoundCloud page, and then it's a show called New Day with him and Nathan Newman. That's why I didn't forgot the plug. Nathan Newman. I was on Eyes in the Rain radio Sunday for Night Champions. Shout out to them guys. And you can follow Nathan Newman at Headliner5, HeadLiner5. And is I'm forgetting somebody? Oh, it was somebody on Twitter you was talking to. Is her name Kay on that page? You wanna give her a shout out?
That's yeah, girl K, WWE K. That's where you can follow her at on Twitter. She's a real cool person, and she's a WWE fan, of course. So you can follow her on Twitter.
Awesome. Oh, one more person. I don't know. Did you see this? I retweeted it. It's from his name Jason. It's the Viking mode. He's at VIKINGMODE. He did it like a little logo for me because me and him we are like Bo Dallas fans. And
Yes, I saw
you
that.
saw that, and I loved that. I was like, yes, I love him. Shout out to you, Jason. Shout out to you. Go follow him too. Oh, and Wrestling Suit and Don Tony. I love them guys. Follow them too. I mean, those top shows. And that's it. Any last words, Jay? Any last words to end this? This is supposed to have been a mini Raw recap, but it's like almost an hour. Legit.
I have two final words. Apollo Crews.
No, he do not. Check out at MSG Show. We're gonna do as well. That is not your last two words. No, ain't happening. That is not. No, we're gonna talk about Apollo Crews.
I told you he looms over the show.
No. Dun, 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 dun. But that's not going to show either. But all right, guys, you all have. Oh, I did not plug in. Oh my God, Jay, why you made me forget?
I didn't make.
I
Oh,
didn't.
who we forgetting?
Fucking Robin. I'm sorry, Robin. She's like this motherfucker. Go follow Robin and Jr. Restaino. If I'm not saying that correct, she ain't tell me yet. I don't think she listened to it yet. So it's JRRESTAINO. Go follow her and her husband as well. You see, if you on her page, you click, you see her husband. They are huge sports fans. They'll follow back. You don't piss them off. Don't do nothing nasty on the page because they will probably block your ass or tear you off. Especially Robin. Alright, on that note, peace.
Peace out.
In the middle of the ring, and he has a $2 for wife. I was the greatest wrestler in history.